Peace family, Country Queen here. And in this video, I want to talk about my experience taking magic mushrooms. Now, I've taken shrooms before, and one thing I'll say is every time that someone takes shrooms, your journey will be different. For those who are interested in taking shrooms, but maybe on the fence or a little nervous, I just want to make this video to put your mind at ease. So first I want to say that I am a person who is very, very cautious about taking drugs or any type of stimulant or any type of ingredient that may alter my mind. I believe that the universe is mental and all is mind, and your superpower is your mind. All you have is your mind. And so if you lose your mind or something corrupts your mind or poisons it, it genuinely alters your entire world, your reality as you know it. And what mushrooms do is they rewire your brain. So there are certain neural pathways that our brain has, and it has been ingrained within us since we were children. From the ages of 0 to 7, meaning when you were in the womb, until when you were 7 years old, your brain was like a sponge and it absorbed everything. Your subconscious took in everything. It absorbed the behaviors of your family, your friends, your peers, your culture, your neighborhood, everything that you consumed. It became ingrained in your personality. And what magic mushrooms do is it makes you look at your life from a different perspective, from a different point of view. You look at your life from a eagle point of view. Like it's like you're looking at your life on all angles, like the past, the present, the future, and you're realizing that those ways of thinking that was ingrained within your mind may not necessarily be useful anymore. And what I realized is that I still had certain attachments and certain memories and certain habits and behaviors that wasn't serving me. It wasn't allowing me to grow and become the person that I saw myself to become. It was like I was in this place. I felt like I was stuck in this middle place where I was my old self, right? Like I was battling the person that I used to be and fighting to become the person that I want to be. And in between that phase is transformation, is metamorphosis, transmutation. This is what all of the ancient mystery systems was talking about when they talk about change, right? The death card and the tarot. Some things have to be broken down for new systems to be built. And I realized that all of the attachments that I had, right, like the rituals and everything were mitigating and helping to dissolve it, right? Like these rituals are tools to help us get to where we need to go to acquire our goals. But sometimes, instead of just trying to renovate the house and fix things in the house, if things just keep breaking down in the house and you fix one thing and 10 things break down, maybe it's time to get a new house. And that's what I felt like with my identity, right? Like the spirit was telling me, you know, maybe it's not necessarily the memories and the behaviors and the ideas that you need to let go of, but it's an actual persona or identity that's attached to those things that you actually need to let go of. You must do a human sacrifice. And I know that sounds really morbid, it sounds intense, but what the ancients were basically saying is a human sacrifice is literally you sacrificing your human-like self, the old you, the person that you used to identify as. And when you kill that person or sacrifice, right? When you sacrifice that person, there's grief, right? You're mourning, you're crying, you're feeling these emotions coming up because you're realizing now, I can never go back to the person I used to be, the way I used to think, the relationships that I've acquired as that person, the interests that I've taken, even some careers and things that I've built. That means that I have to release everything. And my spirit told me, It's not like this person is going to be gone forever. Energy is transferred. It is not created or destroyed. And so with that knowledge in mind, I realized that the old person that I was grieving or sacrificed, it wasn't necessarily that she was gone, but she transformed. And I got rid of all of the parts and pieces that wasn't serving me. I did true alchemy. I had to literally purge myself through the alchemical fires, go through the dark night of the soul, analyze all of the things and face my fears and face my traumas. Like, I was running from them. I was running from it by trying to overwork myself. I was trying to run from it, escaping it in my relationships, trying to drink it away, trying to smoke it away, trying to eat it away, trying to do everything to numb me from actually doing the work and focusing on the actual thing that was bothering me the most, the root issue of it all. And I realized that I can no longer be the person that I identified as. This doesn't serve me. This persona is not me. I outgrew her. But because I was so attached to this persona that I've developed and built for all of these years, that I've nourished, that I said, this is who I am. Once you realize that, hey, you know what? This I am changes. That I am, whatever you put after I am, that is who you become. So be very cautious with those words, I am. It is a solidifying statement. It is a contract that you put out to the universe and the spirits respond. And I just have to also shout out my guides, my ancestors, my spiritual team who have been assisting me, to the guardian of the gateways, to open up the pathways and close the roads towards things that don't serve me anymore, to open up the roads towards friendships, relationships, people, possessions, and places that actually are in alignment with my truth, and to close the door to the people, places, and things and possessions that do not serve my highest truth, that is not in alignment with my long-term goals and my true destiny and my mission. And I realized that I had to get serious. I couldn't just be halfway in and halfway out, right? It's like, you either going to fully let go of this persona and embrace this new identity, or you're going to still hold on. You cannot become this new person. You can't be two people. Which one do you want to be? Because the person that you were is stopping you from getting where you gotta go. It's like an anchor. That ego is an anchor. We need the ego to ground ourselves, but that anchor sometimes can be too heavy. You gotta know when it's time to let that thing go. And I was holding on to something that has been expired. And what happens when we hold on to things that is long past its expiration date? When we hold on to things that are long past its expiration date, if you keep something expired in your refrigerator, you got expired fruits and they're molding, they're rotten. Now the mold and everything is starting to spread throughout your refrigerator, and now everything else that was once good is getting bad. That's what happens when you hold on to expired relationships, people, places, and possessions that do not serve you anymore. They spoil everything. They rot you to the core, your mind, your body, your spirit, without you even realizing what's happening to you. It just happens so suddenly, or actually it happens gradually, where it becomes the norm for you, where you don't question anything. And I think that's what majority of the people in the world do now. Is it's so much easier to just conform, to not ask questions and go with the status quo, than to actually stop and reflect and ask questions and say, well, wait a minute, I know I was raised to believe in this and to behave this way and to think this way, but why is that, right? Like, is this the right way? And what way is right? And what say do I have in this matter? I think that we all, humanity as a collective, if we all just took time to self-reflect, to question the world, and to question our own motives and our own values, then it would change the world. The problem is, people would rather escape than actually do the work. And I think Spirit is saying that we're entering into a time where now people are being forced to face their demons, to do their shadow work, right? And shadow work is not just about thinking about your problems and ruminating on the past and focusing on your traumas. No, like, that's not going to help you get through it. But you must face your fears. You got to confront something before you can actually resolve it, right? Like, you can't heal from something before you look at it straight in the face and confront it. And I think that is the first step. The first step is the hardest step. It's to first acknowledge something's wrong. Something is wrong. This is not working for me anymore. And I have to be honest and say, you know what, if this is not working and I'm doing the same thing, expecting the different results, that's insanity. That's crazy. So I just want to say, if you have been thinking about taking shrooms, I would say start with golden teachers or golden caps. I actually took penis envy, which is probably one of the strongest strains of mushrooms, because I've actually have been using mushrooms to grow in my shamanic journey. And if you are a shaman and you have been called to the shamanic path, sometimes mushrooms have a funny way of introducing themselves to you. You know, most of the shamans, when you look throughout history all over the world, they took certain stimulants or certain herbal medicines, plant medicines, that help them to tap into spiritual realms. Some people have the ability to tap into these realms without plants to help them, but the plants actually are tools to assist you in your journey, right? We have all of this within us. We do rituals and these practices because they help facilitate, or they mimic certain modalities that bring quicker results into the material realm. So I just want to say that, you know, you don't need mushrooms to have a spiritual transformation, but it does help you when you feel like you've tried everything and it doesn't seem like the healing is working. It doesn't seem like the shadow work is working. It doesn't seem like journaling is working. It doesn't seem like therapy is working. It doesn't seem like anything that you're doing is working. And so what it is you may need to take these psilocybin or psychedelic plant medicines that could help rewire your brain, because there's something that's happening, the neural pathways in your brain. You need to change it. There needs to be a shift. There needs to be something that needs to be modified there, and nobody outside of you can change that, right? This is something that's going on inside, within. So you have to go within, in the mind, the world of the mind, the world of imagination, the subconscious mind, the psyche. Like, everything starts there. The universe is mental, all is mind. And once you learn how to gain true control and power over your mind, you have power over the world, and that's a fact. So thank you so much for watching, family. If this video has resonated in any way, give it a thumbs up. And have you tried mushrooms or any type of psychedelics or plant medicines that have taken your spiritual journey to the next level? Let us know in the comment section your experience, so that other people who are curious about it, that this video and your comments can actually give them some insight that they're looking for. But wherever you are on your healing journey, I hope that you are healing. I hope that you are growing. And remember, you are not buried to be buried to die. You are being buried as a plant to grow, to be reborn and renewed. I love you so much, family. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you subscribe and share this with a friend, because this could definitely save somebody's life or transform somebody. Ashe. Peace.